Hello everyone, Mr. Alex at the Whitehall Library. This month I thought we could show our appreciation to a very special group of community helpers, our educators. So I visited a local school in the Baldwin-Whitehall area where I had a chance to sit down and ask some questions to a few teachers and see their thoughts on educating during this pandemic. So I hope you all enjoy.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to St. Gabriel of the Sorrowful Virgin School here in Whitehall, Pennsylvania. We've been a staple of the community here in Whitehall since 1949, providing quality education for the community. We want to welcome you today as we go through our school and you get to meet some of these amazing community helpers. One of the things is 2020 has been crazy, I think, for all of us. And with the craziness and the uncertainty, we've been able to remain open 5 days a week for in-person instruction since early September because of these amazing individuals that we have in this building. And it extends far past just our staff, our PTG, our parents, our community, our parishioners. They all support our goal here, but most importantly, we're here for these kids, which you'll get to see a few of them today as well. But we're really excited for you to meet these amazing teachers who provide such a great service to our community.
Hi, my name is Andrea Latimer. I've been teaching at St. Gabriel's for 23 years, primarily in the middle school. I love the students. That's probably the best thing about teaching. And teaching religion and literature and English has been my primary focus here at St. Gabriel's. The biggest challenge this year is the collaboration between teaching in school full-time as well as live streaming and keeping students on track that are hybrid. Oh, I miss the noise in the halls. I miss the clatter of the lockers, exchange of class, all of the wonderful, beautiful chaos that occurs at the middle school level. Right now they're just in their classrooms and we travel from class to class, and the students are just located at their desks all day while the teachers are moving. I miss all the movement of the classroom. I miss doing group activities. I miss just having them out of their seats, and that with all the collaboration and the wonderful, beautiful chaos that goes on in the middle school. Well, the kids that are live stream, they're right there with me. So the live streaming has been an abundant blessing. Students that are reading on their own and not coming in for the live stream, they have more difficulty when it comes to the follow-up work and the exams, because you cannot replace what we do, because when we are live and teaching, there's so much more that you add to it, and just the give and take between the entire class and the students, it just totally enriches the literature experience, and we really get to dive into all the literary elements as a group. Parents at home, just breathe. Know that you're doing a wonderful job supporting everything that we are trying to do here. This is going to be an exceptional year, and not without its challenges. So just know that everything is going to be okay, and the collaboration, the cohesiveness of working with us at school as well as your child at home will be successful. But just please give yourselves a break and take a little breath. All is well.
Hi, my name is Joe Mazansky, and I'm one of the 8th grade teachers here at St. Gabe's. I'm the middle school math teacher. I have 6th, 7th, and 8th grade math, and I've been here. This is my 4th year at St. Gabe's, and my 15th year as a teacher overall, 14th year in the Pittsburgh Diocese. I'm really, I can't say enough about how much I feel at home and how much of a family this feels like here at St. Gabe's. The students I've had the opportunity to teach, the faculty I've had the opportunity to work with, it is a wonderful place. At the end of last year when we started doing online education, there were a lot of struggles. Not everyone had the technology at home to work, so I had to post assignments and the kids had to find them and do everything independently almost. So I had to, I did my best to be available all day just to make sure I was there. And if students had questions, they could jump on and ask me questions and things like that. So my biggest concern with online education is I just want the students to see and interact with me every day. And I have some students that do. And I have some students that I can count on every day to be there in class, asking questions. I can ask them questions. We can go back and forth. My biggest concern is when students take a hands-off approach to it and they're not interacting with me and they're taking the same steps they did last year where, well, I'll just get online and I'll find my assignments and I'll work on them, because I don't feel that I'm actually teaching them, and I want them to get the information from me, not from a video online or not from their book. I want them to be able to ask questions. So my biggest concern is that they're not getting everything out of education that they could be, because I am their biggest resource, and if they're not utilizing me, that's my concern. I've had to adjust. I lose some time every day, just me traveling from one class to the next instead of the students traveling to me. So haven't lost any time there because it's either the students are traveling or I'm traveling. So the time to get situated into the classroom is about the same. But I have to make sure I'm signed on, I have to make sure the students are available and they're ready to go and my technology's all working, which thank goodness it has been, for a while now. And I've been able to just get rolling pretty quickly, but I do lose some instruction time. And I've had to adjust kind of on the fly sometimes if I have any issues. So curriculum-wise, I'm covering the same stuff that I have covered in the past. I've looked at my old lesson plans, and I'm actually ahead now where I was last year. Even now, because this is prior to COVID. If you go back a year, so I'm ahead of where I was, but I'm just losing some little things. Like I've had to adjust just some of the classroom things I would normally do. I have to cut some things off to make sure I have time to teach the lesson after I've set up and gotten everything going. The biggest thing I would tell parents is, for my class, have your students online ready to go at the time that I'm going to be teaching the class, because the in-person instruction that they're missing is almost completely covered if they're just online at the time that they're needing to be. So just being present for me is the biggest thing I can have parents do for their children. Is just make sure they're online and able to interact with me. I know some students have issues with turning their cameras on and things like that. As long as I can call on you and get an answer in the next 3 seconds, I know you're paying attention. That's the biggest thing with online education, because the separation between us is the gap is completely cut to zero if you're online when you need to be. And that's it. Other than that, helping kids with their homework is the same if they've been there with me in the class, just as it was before, just asking them to be present.
Hi, my name is Mrs. Gray. I've been teaching for 26 years, and this is my 20th year here at St. Gabriel. At St. Gabriel, I teach middle school science, so I teach 6th, 7th, and 8th grade science. What I love best about teaching science is the hands-on, getting to know what you're learning about by doing. The hardest part about teaching science is right now the students are staying in their own homeroom, and so the teachers are moving from classroom to classroom. As a science teacher, me not having at my disposal all of my supplies to be able to just grab and demonstrate and for us to do activities is the hardest part about this. So when you go through our school, all of us teachers that are moving from classroom to classroom, you'll see with a cart with our laptops and all of our books on it. Well, I have a second cart that I load up with science supplies. So the hardest thing for me is I like to do lots of hands-on activities and lots of labs. Right now, kids can't work in groups, and then I have students that are also at home. So I have to adapt everything. So a lot of it's now demonstrations or me showing video clips of an experiment being done and us still recording our data and making observations, but we can't do it as hands-on as I would like anymore. I think the kids have really adapted well. I think the hardest thing that I would have right now as a student is sitting in that same classroom all day and not moving around and not socializing as much. All students need that socialization. We still try to do that as much as we can, but at a safe distance. As far as academically goes, the teachers have been adapting curriculum, and the kids have been adapting really well so that we can still get our content and our objectives met, but we have to do it in a way that's more comfortable for the students being in that same classroom all day and us moving from classroom to classroom. I would say the rigor is still there, but we've done it in a different way, different fashion. I think right now, the biggest, it's not so much that we need more training, we need more resources. For me, what takes most of my time is because I can't be in my classroom and be able to have my teachable moments that when something comes up, I just grab something in my room and do it. I'm trying to think more ahead and trying to have everything at my disposal and finding videos and little clips that meet the needs of the students at the particular grade level takes a lot of time. And putting those things together so that it meets the needs of those in the classroom and those that are cyber at home, it takes a lot more time as a teacher in preparation than it has in the past. I can say that I have a daughter that's in 6th grade, and so the day that she was home cyber, we had a cyber day on election day here at St. Gabe's. The best thing that I did is we set up a little workstation for my daughter. And before the Cyber Day started, she had all her books ready. She had any resource that she needed at her disposal so that she was organized as if she was in a classroom with a desk. And then that way, as her classes went on, when the teacher said, take out this or have this, she had everything ready so that she knew what to do. So I would say for any parent that's cybering at home, that is quite a challenge, is have a little workstation for the students, but then also maybe go over with them and be there for them when you can to help them with the technology or help them make those transitions, because they're so used to having a teacher there to help them out.
So my name is Delbert Tyler. Right now I'm subbing here. I've subbed 2nd grade through 8th grade so far. So I'm really enjoying it, being in person and being able to interact with these young people. I also do coach football at Robert Morris University. So this is a little bit of a transition for me, but I'm enjoying this, being able to teach and coach at a whole nother level. So usually I'm dealing with college level. Now I'm dealing with elementary and middle school, and essentially seeing how their mind works and things of that nature. I think probably one of the most important things is making sure that you're asking them questions and making them answer on the computer, and so making sure you're feeling that and getting that feedback from them. Because I feel like it helps. What I've also heard from the other teachers is that it helps them kind of like give them more energy to get to the class when the people virtually are engaged in talking to them too. In my opinion, it was a pretty easy transition because like everybody here kind of already had guidelines and they knew exactly what they needed to do. And so basically they told me what we were doing. It was pretty smooth after that because everybody else was on one accord. And another thing too, the one thing I've seen that I've been really impressed with is that all the kids keep their mask on. Like you'll see kindergartners walking around pulling their nose back up, pulling it back over their nose. So that's one thing that I saw like the first day I got here. I was like, man, these young men and young women really been coached up on how to wear a mask. So the negatives is definitely not fully getting to engage with all the students. But I mean, a positive is I feel like schools that do the hybrid and things of that nature, they definitely do respect the families or other kids' boundaries, and if they feel like this is a better situation where they stay home and do things, I think that's huge. Where the school actually respects everybody's point of view and their what they think is best for their child. I would say, like one of my good friends, he teaches at Propel High School, and one thing he talked about was when they were hybrid, one of the biggest things is having kids camera on. Okay, so you can see them and make sure they're doing work, make sure they're listening and things of that nature. So that's one thing I think would be huge, is making sure they have their camera on and paying attention. And shoot, even if you're able to, is checking on your kids, making sure they're in class and paying attention.
Hi everyone, I'm Mrs. Beckovac. I have been at St. Gabriel for over 30 years, not quite 35 yet, but getting there. Loved every year of it so far. I teach the middle school health, 6th, 7th, and 8th, and I teach kindergarten through 8th grade. Love all kinds of stuff that goes on, the kids especially, they keep me going. And I love the people and the teachers that are here too. I always felt like we always have a family. So I'm very blessed, and I love coming here every day, and if it changes, that's when I need to change and find a different opportunity or another teaching. But I hope to be always staying here and retire as the St. Gabriel's teacher. Probably, not being able to see the kids, but also making sure that they understand what I'm doing in class, because of it being so much more hands-on, and that sometimes when I'm walking around a lot more, moving, it's really hard. Then I forget sometimes that they can't see me. So I've had a couple where like I need to come back to the screen, but it's also too to make sure that they're understanding it, and I feel like sometimes it's really hard for them too. It goes like both ways, so I worry about that. But for right now, we're trying the best that we can, and I'm hoping that they have any kind of questions that they can always come back, and that they can find an email and tell me if they need something reviewed or explained. So I try to do it that way too, and get back to them so we kind of have an exchange. Definitely for more gym classes of some of the kids that weren't with me. We did like the fitness testing, so like I had some like fitness challenge that they would have to do, and not being able to really see them and have them be with us in gym class and do some of the different things, although gym class has really been hard too. A lot of like the sanitizing of hands, we just started using some type of variety of the different racket that we could use so that I can sanitize hands. That's been the hardest thing. Jump ropes for a while that we were doing. Of course, everyone loves to do their laps, so we are always outside, and we have been outside as much as we can. That has definitely been a blessing to be able to be outside and doing as much as we can outside. And like I said, our 1 mile runs for like the fitness testing has been one of the biggest helps that we can do. And a lot of the kids have told me that they've either done stuff outside in their like neighborhoods or some of their own gym time. They will do it like in their house. So it's kind of nice to know that they're working out. I would say definitely to, if they can, I know it's very hard sometimes even just to see what the kids are doing in the classroom, or if the assignments have been told, that they could really help them in the very beginning if they need to be there and hear it themselves too. Again, the emails and the exchange of what they're doing. I also too, I put out some packets. That has been a help too, so that they have it right there with them before they see me. And so then sometimes I've seen them on camera using the packets that I had already sent out. So I think that's been like a really big help for me with some of the stuff that I do, and for the kids that they have at least it right there. They also have their books. So I would say the biggest tip would be to be really patient. I know it can get really frustrating, but patience would definitely be the help. And if they ever would need help also, that they always can come to me, phone calls, emails, and have the kids too, like not to get frustrated, and that we can all work on this together.
Hi again, everyone. I hope you enjoyed your trip around St. Gabriel School. We want to thank you for taking the time to watch the video and join us today and celebrate some of the amazing community helpers that we have here at St. Gabriel School. We also want to thank you. To be here since 1949, it wouldn't be possible without the support of this amazing Whitehall community and surrounding areas. So thank you so much for your support, and we wish you the best.
Thanks for watching, and be sure to support all your local community helpers.